We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter. And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough. And because of his energy and physicality, Connect draws a lot of contact out there.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Minnesota.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
Now here's Tatum. 5 points in the game. Here's Wilson. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot. 1:04 left to play in the first. And here's Dunn. Here's Tatum. And finished off by Tatum.
I love that Jason Tatum not settling for a jumper. He goes to the rim with authority.
Lays it up and banks it in.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And the Timberwolves making a change here.
Substitution.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the first. Hero on the wing. The three. He buries it from three. Hero's got 8.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Wilson. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. To the middle. Here's Clark. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
No good on that one. And Minnesota making a change here. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And that does it for the first quarter. The T-Wolves on top, up by 8. And the second quarter is on its way.
20.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, let's quickly break down the game. What we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
Hero on the wing. From behind the arc. Pajimski grabs the board.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Grant, since he's come into the league, what's jumped out to you about Hero's development?
Well, I've liked seeing his growth in running the pick and roll. He's not just a jump shooter anymore. He's a guy that can anchor an offensive unit, B.A.
A nice shot by Diawara.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Pass to Pajimski. Six to shoot. Minnesota with a rebound. Here's Hendricks. Yet to see a basket. Here's the three. And another three from Minnesota.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
George with it. Outside connect. Back to George. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close range look.
Minnesota leading by 10. Pass to Hendricks. On the take. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. After this game, they can look forward to L.A., where they'll match up against the Clippers. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. George sets a screen. Here's Leonard. And Gobert with a block.
Learn the lesson quickly, folks. Do not test Rudy Gobert.
Here's Dunn. That one falls. And the Timberwolves lead by 14.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. For 3, Robinson. Gobert. Oh, a nasty putback. What timing from Gobert.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Leonard outside. Uses the glass on the layup. In today's game, it seems like running a good offense can come down to getting favorable switches to them.
It does, B.A. You see so many of the great teams, those competing for championships. What is their primary goal on offense? Find the weakest target defensively and go after.
Well, one thing fans always have opinions about is NBA officiating.
Listen, I'm going to let the fans go crazy. What I recognize is officiating is one of the toughest jobs in the world. This game moves so quickly. They are making decisions in real time at sometimes very difficult angles. I am here to support the officials all the way.
A minute 53 left to play in the second quarter. Here's Murray. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Keontae George. Minnesota shooting their first foul shot of the night. A long-limbed 6'5" guard, Grant. Talk about what DeJounte Murray brings to the table.
Oh, man, defense, defense, defense. I mean, he's led the league in steals, B.A. And Murray is really good at disrupting the point of attack, making things hard on the opposing ball handler.
And a two-handed jam!
And that's what you want to see from Smith. Now, it's important for him to make strides as a playmaker.
Pass to Robinson. Back to Murray. Fires for 3. Knocks down the triple. Murray's got 9.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Driving to the basket. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
And once Murray plants his feet, it's over.
And DeJounte Murray is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. New York making a switch here. 34 seconds left to play in the half. Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Back to Murray. Clock at 6. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Murray just owning things on the offensive end, getting to his shots and making them.
Gets it off. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's Minnesota liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Leonard outside. The three ball. And it's Jordan with the rebound. And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for Minnesota. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. Hero with the bucket.
Smooth shot by Hero. Notice how he doesn't rush himself.
Now here's George. He has 6. A nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 8 points.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Here's Shepard. No points yet. Up top, Smith. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And Keontae George gets a whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game.
New York foul. George.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Jones. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
He draws so much attention from the defense. Murray recognizing the aggressive defender and going right after him.
Knicks trail by 19. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. The future of the NBA is digital. Commissioner Silver said streaming allows us to better engage fans with the personalization of telecasts, creating chat communities, buying products, playing fantasy. There's an enormous opportunity. We are just barely scratching the surface. Brian, back to you.
It's getting interactive. All right, Allie, thank you.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And the Knicks with possession. Here's Shed. Still no points. Wilson, no good.
And the idea was good, but the execution severely lacking.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Back to Hero. No good on the 3.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
On the wing, Tatum. He has 7. Jumps up, and the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And he drives in. Oh, Jordan with the block.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Here's Shed. No made baskets yet. Here's Murray. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
And Murray is a taller guard, meaning he's capable of doing some damage on the inside.
Well, Doris, when you look at the skill set Jason Tatum possesses, what specifically makes him such an elite player?
Well, if you're elite, it means you have a multi-dimensional game, and that's Jason Tatum to a T. He came in with a scoring mindset. His playmaking skills have advanced every single season. He also absorbs an enormous weight on the defensive end. This guy is elite for a reason, and it's because it's a well-rounded game.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Pass to Jones. Outside Tatum. Kicks it to Hero. Murray for three. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
A massive reason they're winning. This guy hasn't missed a shot. Not one.
Here's Shepard. To in the cold spell. And Hero grabs the board.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Deflected! And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
Substitution on the court.
Pass to Gobert. 5 to shoot. And it's New York with a rebound. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter. Leonard on the wing. The fader. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Leonard's got 11 points.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Timberwolves ahead, running away with this one. And time for a short break. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And Minnesota with possession here. Pass to Hendricks. Outside Robinson. Fires the three. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up. Here's Smith. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
We know Keontae George is an effective playmaker. He always seems to make the right decision with the ball.
21.
And there's the screen. Pass to Diawara. Beyond the arc. Hits the three-pointer. Diawara's got 5 points now this quarter.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
And here are the Timberwolves. Outside Robinson. Launches it. Smith with the rebound. Here's Leonard. And it's good. 2 points.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
43.
Done right side. Here's Hendricks. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Fourth personal foul.
It goes on Keontae George. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Minnesota.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
He made a 3 back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke.
Here's Robinson. Banked it in off the glass.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Outside Pajemski. Leonard on the wing. Hands it from the wing.
So why all business right now? Defense better get started. It's going to be a long night.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. To the wing, right side. Here's Diawara. Off target from outside. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. They set the pick. Three-pointer. Leonard can't get that one to fall. And here's Minnesota now. That's tipped. Pajemski with it. Done in his pocket. Here's Leonard. And the shot goes in. Leonard's got 10 points here in the second half.
Kawhi Leonard is 230 pounds of nothing but pure strength. What a finish at the rim.
And Minnesota calls time here. And Minnesota with possession here. Murray looking around. Hero for three. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
What a performance. Hit 2 from beyond the arc in the first half, and he's added 3 more since.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call. And they tell players your career is short. Maximize your earnings. But sometimes guys take less, Grant.
And you know, different things go into that. Winning, comfort, and in some cases you're talking legacy. You know, for those rare players who've been with one team their whole career.
Back to Jordan. Pass to Leonard. Over to the wing. New York working the ball around now.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Now Murray. Now Tatum. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. Back to Murray. To the paint. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
Pick by Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Queen. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Timberwolves.
All their efforts on the boards ended up paying off.
And just 2 tough rebounding teams, but they gave the extra effort and were rewarded for it.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year. And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for DeJounte Murray.
You love this guy's confidence. He believes every shot is going in, and boy, a whole lot of them did.
Oh, it's stolen away. Here they come with numbers in transition. Shot and game clock separated by 5. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Man, I love how Smith plays with so much energy, and that time it pays off on the offensive glass.
And here's Murray. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here.